Hi everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to LGS. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lisa. I live in Toronto, but I am originally from Newfoundland, not Newfoundland, not Newfoundland, but Newfoundland. That's how we say it, Newfoundland. Say it real fast, Newfoundland, because it's a new fun land. Anyway, yeah, 46. Don't know much about makeup. I'm not a professional. I just got into makeup a couple of years ago. And so now I just like to play with it and get subscription boxes and let you know what I think is good and what's not. But we all got a different opinion, right? But we can still respect each other on it. Anyway, I was telling my daughter about a gentleman that went missing in my hometown back in 1973. And then I thought, you know what? This might be a good series for my channel to show some light, shed some light on missing Canadians. And I started doing some research, and we have a lot. My daughter's doing research right now for me to do a video on our missing Indigenous Aboriginal women. And that's heartbreaking. That is truly heartbreaking. And the number of missing Indigenous women is staggering. So she's doing the research on that so I can make a video about that because I wanted to get the proper information. So anyway, I'm going to start with my province of Newfoundland, and you know, maybe somebody might know something. You might come across this video and something might trigger, you know, and you might go, oh, wait a minute, I remember something. So hopefully we can help bring somebody home. So, okay. I'm going to play with makeup that we've gotten in our subscription boxes in the last couple of months. This is the primer from Jekka Black. We got in, I think it was either Look Fantastic or Glossybox, one of them that we got. Was it this month or last month? I can't remember, especially with with Look Fantastic, because that box, good God, it takes literally a month to get here, right? All right, so the primer is on. It's got a sheen to it. It's rose pearl. As you can see, we are glowing today with this primer. I do like this primer. When I want to gleam, like if I know I'm using a foundation that doesn't have a shine, this is a good one. Okay. So we're going to start off with Patrick Power. So growing up, my best friend lived next door to Patrick Power's brother. I can't remember his name. He's going to come to me as I'm talking, but I love his brother. His daughter, we were friends with his daughter, you know. Anyways, 44 years Patrick's been missing. It was an icy day in May 1973 when Patrick Power vanished without a trace. And his family, his brother Ed, that's his brother's name, I mean, they're still trying to find some answers. They haven't found a body. You know, after 44 years, they're still trying to find some answers, right? So everyone said that Patrick had a big smile. It would light up a room. You know, he was the life of a party. He served with the military overseas. Anyway, his brother seems to think that there are some people in this town who know what happened to him, you know, because he disappeared without a trace, right? He went to Hodges Hills, which is just outside my hometown. My dad goes hunting there all the time. Gets trees from there. He went to Hodges Hills to do some fishing. And he never came back. I think he was maybe in his early 20s when he left. Let me see. Yeah, they just want to find their brother. Here's a picture of him. There he is. So there was a lot of rumors circulating my hometown that there was other people up around Hodges Hills when he went missing, and that, you know, maybe he got in a fight with some people, and there's been a lot of rumors, but no one's ever really come forward with actually what happened. And he was a very happy guy, so they don't think that he went, you know, to end his life in the woods that day. They think that harm came to him. And yeah, 44 years, they're still trying to find him. You know, they say, his family says they don't think he's alive now. They think that he came into foul play that day. Back in 1973, they just want to, you know, find his body and bring him home. And they say that there's people out there who know what happened to him. Like, that's what his family really believes, because they heard a lot of rumors, right? Some of those people have now gone and passed away, but if there's anybody who knows anything about the disappearance of Patrick Power, please let the Newfoundland RCMP know about it. Okay, so I just put on the Wonder Beauty Foundation that we got in Ipsy. I like this foundation. This is light medium. Look at that. I really, really like this foundation, everybody. Like that foundation. Kind of bummed because I know they were selling it full size at Ipsy and I never did get any. Okay, next person we're going to talk about is Courtney Lake. Courtney Lake has been missing since June 7th, 2017 in St. John's, Newfoundland. So she was last seen getting, I need a concealer. We're taking the Yenza concealer that we got in Ipsy. She was last seen getting in her ex-boyfriend's pickup truck just before 8 o'clock on June 7th, 2017. Apparently, she had a court order for him to stay away from her. She was never seen again after that. Her body has not been found, and she was 24 years old at the time. Oh my goodness, what did I just do? 24 years old at the time. Can you imagine, like, as a mother, that's always my worst fear. My worst fear is something happening like that to my children. So I can't imagine what her mom is going through. You know, there's no words. Like, we can't say we understand because we don't. I can't imagine that. So they suspected her ex-boyfriend. They questioned him. They never did arrest him. And apparently he died November 1st by suicide. And her parents, they just want to know, you know. They were told that he had told people what he did to her. No one's ever come forward. They just want to know. They haven't found her body. They just, you know, just want to know where she is. You know, bring her home. Somebody with any information. They didn't arrest this guy for, you know, kidnapping her and murdering her. They've never found a body. He was never arrested. He was a suspect, but never arrested. But, you know, he killed himself, so we'll never get the total answer there. You know what I mean? Unless she's found. So she needs to be, we need to find her for her family, you know? Okay, and this is a picture. I'm going to post a picture of her right here so you can see what she looks like. It's amazing when you Google, because growing up in Newfoundland is definitely not what it was when I grew up and when I left it. Growing up in Newfoundland, my parents were able to go to bed at night, you know, with the car doors locked, the house door locked. There was never a lot of crime, maybe one murder a year when I was growing up, and that was pretty much somebody getting drunk, getting in a fight, and maybe went a little bit too far, you know what I mean, and killed somebody. But it was like the safest place on earth when I was growing up in Newfoundland. It's not like that anymore. Newfoundland is, now I'm going to use the Estate bronzer that I got in my Ipsy bag. I'm loving Estate right now, loving it. Now, you know, growing up in Newfoundland, it's different. Newfoundland is a different province than it was when I grew up. You know, there was never a lot of money in Newfoundland when I was growing up. It was Canada's poorest province. most Newfoundlanders to get work had to move away to other provinces because there was no work, you know. The fishery, oh my God, like there was hardly any fish that they had to put a moratorium on it. I think that's how you say it. Where I come from, there's no fishing. I'm like in the central part of Newfoundland. So there was no fishing. I mean, there was logging. We had the paper mill in my hometown, but that shut down. That got closed down. Once like computers got on the scene and stuff like that. So there was not a lot of work. And then people had to go away, and going away, finding good jobs, you know, money means drugs. And Newfoundland is not what it used to be. It's still a beautiful country, beautiful people, but it's not what it used to be in regards to crime. There's a lot of crime now. There's a big drug problem in Newfoundland, and a lot more murders in Newfoundland. Okay, our next missing person in Newfoundland, and I remember seeing this all over Facebook. His name is Trevor Hamlin. On June 16th, 2018, he was 33 years old. He walked out of his Paradise home, so Paradise is around the St. John's area, I think, and never returned. The police say that they know he left with a 750 milliliter bottle of whiskey and a 2-liter bottle of ginger ale. His sister said he had plans to party with his friends that night. That's why the whiskey and ginger ale would likely be inside of a black backpack. So if you find a black backpack with whiskey and ginger ale somewhere around Paradise in Newfoundland, please let police know. There are a few suspicious details around the case, such as a cut to Trevor's arm not long before he went missing that she believes was some kind of a warning to him. As well, one of his old cell phones ended up in the woods in the area of the first search effort in 2018. Ashley believes his sister that someone put it there on purpose as a distraction because dog trackers never found a scent of her brother in the area. She really believes somebody knows what happened to her brother. They think that he met with foul play. If you know anything, please call the Newfoundland RCMP. Okay, what are we doing next? Blush. Where are you? I've got this big thing of blush. Where did you go? Right here. The Bella Pierre that we got in Look Fantastic. We're going to play with it today. It is a loose pigment, so I know we only need a little tiny bit. And guys, if this video is 36 minutes long, stick with it because there might be a surprise in the end. All right. I love this color of the Bella Pierre blush, but this is the first time using it, and I think I actually really do like it. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. Okay, our next missing person in Newfoundland, her name is Jennifer Hiller Penny. I'll put her picture right here. Very pretty. She's 38 years old when she went missing from the St. Anthony. So she's from St. Anthony home of her estranged husband. So her and her husband were separated. According to RCMP, that's what I hate about loose pigment. It gets everywhere, like literally everywhere. According to RCMP, she went missing around 8 o'clock that evening, but all of her personal belongings, even her cell phone, her purse, her shoes, her jacket, were left behind. So that's kind of suspicious, right? You know, she didn't have her shoes on her feet. That's really suspicious. You know, it's not like she left the house to go for a walk and disappeared. She didn't have any shoes on. So somebody obviously took her out of the house because she didn't have her shoes on. And she wasn't even living there. Her car was in the driveway, the keys in the ignition. There was no sign of a struggle, no evidence of anything out of the place. So that tells me she knew whoever it was who took her, she knew the person, you know? She moved out of the house months earlier after she and her husband were separated. But that night, her husband had an alibi. He was duck hunting at his cabin 45 minutes away. She came to the house on Husky Drive to stay with her daughter, which she often did when he was away. And that's the last time she was seen. That's suspicious to me. That is so suspicious to me. She left her house without her shoes on. Someone grabbed her and took her out. You know, and the husband had an alibi. And I think there was someone else, 2 other people, which I wasn't sure if I found it there. So if you know, wasn't there 2 other people who went missing, like really strangely around that same area? Because I remember we were thinking, wow, is there a serial killer here in Newfoundland? Because I believe there was 2 other people who went missing around that same area. Maybe just a little bit too much blush. Look at the glow I have on my face from that primer. Very, very good. I like that. I like that. Guys, bear with me. This is the first time I'm doing this video. My next one, I promise I'll have it more intact. I'll be better prepared. Okay, so next one is Melvin Hillier. I actually went to school with kids, and their last name was Hillier. The last time he was seen, September 23rd, at his home in Torbay, around 11 a.m. He told his family he was going to go for a drive, which was not unusual. And he didn't return. His family reported him missing later that day. His blue pickup truck was located abandoned on the MV Legionnaire, one of Belle Island ferries. So I think, okay, so this is what I think happened to this young man. So this is the Kaleido Cosmetics highlight that we got in Ipsy. This is what it looks like right here. So they say surveillance video on the ferry. So Belle Island is an island, you know, in Newfoundland, in the ocean. It's just off of, I think, it's around, no, I don't even know. It's not even around St. John's, is it? I don't know how far it is from the city. St. John's is like a 5-hour drive from my hometown. But video on the ferry shows him walking around the lounge area during the 145 crossing. He was last seen on the video between 150 and 157, while the ferry was midway between Belle Island and Portugal Cove. Nobody's seen him walk off the ferry. So, I don't know. I think he walked. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he jumped, maybe? You know, do you think somebody pushed him? I don't know. What do you think? And if you know anything, maybe you were on the ferry that day and you remember something, you know? Something that you forgot, but maybe this might trigger something. Please let the Newfoundland Royal Constabulary Police Department know. Okay. Let's see here. We have another gentleman. He went missing on November the 8th, 2018. His name was Apu Akbar. Residents in the area of Kavanagh's Lane and Wind Gap Road and Flat Rock. So Flat Rock is in Newfoundland. I have no idea where Flat Rock is. It's in Newfoundland somewhere. Called police to say that there was an abandoned car. Police learned from residents that a man was seen standing by the car on November 6th looking at the ocean. A search of the car showed that Akbar was the registered owner and that his cell phone was in the car and the keys were still in the ignition. They searched the coastline but could not find him. His roommates told police they last saw him on November the 6th at his home in St. John's. So yeah. 2 days later, his car was found. Okay. Wow. What do you think happened? So his car was found and he was standing next to the ocean. I don't know. What do you think happened to him? You know? Hold on. Okay. We're going to put on some lipstick. Okay, I'm going to use the lip liner that I got as a Boxycharm pop-up my Becca one. I really do like this one. Come on. Oh, don't forget, guys, if you get to see this video before 8 o'clock tonight, I will be live. And please remember, the next time I make this video, if you want to see more of them, I will be a lot better prepared. It, you know, was just an idea and just came to me. And I don't know, you never know. Anything could make a difference, right? Anything can make a difference. This is a lipstick that I got and look fantastic. It's a little Masqua lipstick. This hasn't been recent, but I do love this lipstick. No, that's not the lipstick I wanted to use, though. Crackers, crackers, crackers. Actually, because I got that one a while ago. I just got this one, I think it was in July, in that Chick Beauty box, which I'm telling you right now, they are not on my good books, okay? I'm going to be making a video about that freaking subscription box. This is Too Faced. Too Faced Peach Kiss Moisture Matte Longwear Lipstick. It infused with peach and sweet fig milk. And this is disrobed. It's nice and creamy. Again, you tell me, what is my favorite lipstick? What company makes my absolutely favorite bullet lipstick? You'll get some points if you know the answer. But I don't mind. It smells nice too. Kind of like chocolatey. I like that. Okay. I'm going to put on some eye primer, and I think we're going to go and play with this here that I got in Ipsy, and this one that I got in that Lip Monthly. And I'm going to put some bronzer on as like a transition kind of crease shade, the Estate Bronzer. Okay. So our next missing person's name is Jessica Hepner. Beautiful young girl. When she disappeared, she was 21 years old. She was reported missing from St. John's, Newfoundland on May 29th, 2015. And that's not that long ago. You know, 6 years ago. Can you imagine? Oh, I just can't imagine what her family is still, still going through, right? And the thing is that she's not even from Newfoundland. So, I can't imagine what her family is going through. She was reported missing by a friend and traveling companion 3 days after she was last seen. Why did they report her missing 3 days after she was last seen? Like, why did they wait so long? She was last seen in the area of Topsail Road in St. John's, Topsail Road Paradise. Jessica is originally from Ontario and was visiting St. John's. She was staying at the Sheraton Hotel. She did not return to the hotel to retrieve her personal belongings. She was known to utilize taxi cabs as her mode of transportation. Long blonde hair and green eyes, and her picture is there. First of all, why did it take her friends to report her missing 3 days later? I would find that really suspicious, wouldn't you? Like, hey, first of all, you're not from here. You're a visitor. Why did it take you 3 days to report your friend missing? Where, it's not like, hey, okay, she just went back home, or went to go visit a relative, or, had a bunch of friends. I mean, she wasn't even from Newfoundland visiting. So why did it take you 3 days? I find that suspicious. I really do. I really do find that suspicious. 3 days? 3 days? Well, we got to report her missing. So I think that those friends know what happened to her. That's my opinion. I don't know. You let me know in the comments down below. But I find that rather suspicious. It takes you 3 days to report your friend missing. He's not even from the area. That's, yeah, suspicious to me. Next, we have a gentleman called Joshua Miller. I think they found him. I'm not sure. Joshua was reported missing from St. John's. I mean, what is going on at St. John's, everybody? A lot of these people report missing in St. John's. By a family member on February the 10th, 2013. At the time of his disappearance, he was 20 years old. Here's a picture of Joshua. 20 years old. Oh, gosh. He was last seen in the downtown area of St. John's. At this time, there is no evidence to support foul play. However, the RNC is continuing to investigate all possibilities surrounding his disappearance. Okay. Next, we have a gentleman. They're not saying much here. Aaron Dragonetti. He was reported missing November 21st, 2014. 32 years old. Very good-looking young man right here. And yeah, 32 years old at the time of his disappearance. And he was reported missing, but they don't say anything about the circumstance. On November 21st by a family member for outside Newfoundland. That's weird. He was reported missing from St. John's by a family member outside Newfoundland. Okay. In 1996, this gentleman, Nam Kwan Kang, was reported missing November 1st, 1996 from St. John's in Newfoundland. He was 27 years old at the time of his disappearance. Mr. Kang arrived in Korea and vanished while visiting friends in the St. John's area. Can you imagine? You know, he was probably married. He probably had kids from a different country, you know. He was only in St. John's for a week. He was an experienced rock climber who had been climbing the area of Kelly Island and Signal Hill in the days leading up to his disappearance. He was a paratrooper, a martial arts expert, and an experienced rock climber. His personal belongings were left at his apartment. Kang was studying at Toronto Hansal Language School and was a past member of the Korean Forces. Does that sound kind of suspicious to you? That sounds suspicious to me. You know, if you watch all these TV shows and stuff, makes you go, okay, did the government have something to do with it? I don't know, conspiracy theory, right? But he was accomplished in all these things. How did he die? You know, they've never found his body since, so did somebody kidnap him? You know? You know, I'm just thinking about all those spy movies and stuff like that now. That just sounds really suspicious to me. Don't it sound suspicious to you? Okay. Next we have Pamela Asprey. Reported missing November 12th, 1984. Again, from St. John's. What the heck is going on with St. John's? St. John's is a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong. It's gorgeous. Okay, that went on beautifully, didn't it? The bronzer, isn't that pretty on your eyes? Gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to take these two. And I need a brush. Okay, I'm going to take my firmer brush. I'm going to take this one shimmer here, put that all over my lid, and I'm going to put this darker one on the outer corner because, you know, it's all simple, right? It's all the same. Now, I'm not doing anything revolutionary to my eyes. It's basic Lisa eyeshadow. That's all I know how to do. So stick with what you know, right? Stick with what you know and what you think looks good. Oh, that's a pretty silver. I mean, it's not bad either. It's coming off with the brush. I know it'll come on better with my fingertips, but I must say, like, the actual quality with the brush, really, really good. Fingertips gives it a little bit more oomph. And no shimmer followed on my face. That makes me happy. Okay, Pamela went missing from St. John's on November 12th. She was reported missing by her roommate 2 days after last seen alive. Again, what is up with reporting somebody missing days after you last see them? You know, I don't know. I remember living in St. John's going to school, and if one of my roommates, I didn't see her for 2 days, you know where your friends are going. You know what I mean? Especially if you live with them. And at that young age, come on. There's something in my eye. Well, you're just going to have to come out in a minute. I don't know. 2 days later? Asprey was known to frequent the Duckworth area, St. John's, and was last seen getting into a vehicle near the War Memorial. The male operator of this vehicle was described as having a large build, and he wore a baseball hat. She left her wallet with a friend at a nearby bar, advising that she would return in 20 minutes. She was never seen again. Somebody knows what happened to that young girl. Somebody knows. And that man, whoever you are, he's probably still walking free. You know? And when was this? 1984. So there was no videos and recorders and cameras on outside stores and stuff like that. Somebody knows. Somebody's seen that man before. Somebody knows what happened to her. And the fact that they haven't found her body after all these years, that's the scary part. You know what I mean? Like, is she still alive somewhere? You know? God, her poor family. We have another lady missing from St. John's, 17 years old, Sharon Drover. Oh, 17 years old. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. That's heartbreaking, 17. Okay, Sharon was last seen on December 29th. She left her boarding house on Livingstone Street in downtown St. John's. That is a pretty eyeshadow, everybody. To go to work the late shift at McDonald's on Kenmount Road. When am I? 32 minutes. I told you this video was going to be long, didn't I? Okay. She completed her night shift after midnight, and it is believed that she intended to hitchhike home following publicity in the 1990s. Two brothers came forward stating that on December 29th, they picked up a female hitchhiker on Kenmount Road and dropped her off at Long Hills, adjacent to the apartment she was residing at. They believe this was Sharon Drover. After exiting their vehicle, the one young woman spoke to some people near the front door of her apartment. They had the impression that the conversation was heated. Moments later, the young woman was seen running south on Long Hill. Uh-oh. So those people she were arguing with, I wonder if the police spoke to them. You know who you are. You're still out there. 17 years old. You know, their family is still, they want to know, you know. At least give them some peace, right? Oh, I can't imagine. I can't imagine how, you know, families live through this and how they go on. I can't imagine it. Okay, so I just used that Hikari eyeshadow that we got in Lip Monthly. And I'm just going to stick on some mascara. And that's pretty much it. And I'm going to read out about our last lady here. And she was reported missing from St. John's, 25 years old, in 1982. Her name is Henrietta Milek. She was originally from Nain, Newfoundland, which I don't know where that is. There's all kinds of places in Newfoundland. I don't know where they are, but why does my eye look all screwed up right here? Originally from Nain, Newfoundland. This is the Rodial mascara that we got in the Tribe Beauty Box. I gotta tell you something. I really like it. My lashes are going really, like, really long with this mascara. Holy, the length that I get from it. I like this mascara. Cool. She was living in St. John's for some time prior to her disappearance. She was known to frequent clubs in the downtown area of St. John's. After her disappearance, numerous persons were interviewed, and it is believed that on the night of her disappearance, she had been having trouble with at least 2 men at the club and may have left the club against her will. If you think that she left the club against her will, you know, if you see somebody in harm's way like that and something don't seem right, I mean, speak up. You know, I know it was a different time back then. You know, people trusted people, and nobody, you know, everyone's attitude back then was mind your own business, mind your own business. I'm hoping that it's not, you know, the same way today. If you think somebody's in trouble, you know, speak up, do something, because you could just save a life, right? Okay, mascara is done. She did not return for her personal belongings, and she was never seen again. So maybe those people who thought that she might have been in danger and didn't want to leave, you know, I wonder if today they're going, damn. And they probably, I know I would have been, but I know the times back then too, you know, it was mind your business kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's my video. Oh, we're going to end it with the Tatcha Dewy Spray that I got in Ipsy. What do you think? I promise the next time I will be more organized, won't be all over the place. But I was thinking about doing a series highlighting missing Canadians. Who knows, you know, like, you never know. If people still talk about people who are missing, we can't forget them. You know, we can't forget them. Until we find them, let's not forget them. Let's try to help bring them home in any way possible. So if you like this type of video, let me know in the comments down below. Do you want me to continue? I was thinking about making it as a series on a certain day of the week. If you have a story about somebody, you know, missing that you want it highlighted, you know, let me know in the comments. Email it to me. My email is down below. But we can't forget about these people. Okay, that's it, everyone. Love you. Bye.